Welcome Rockstars to more Minecraft Pixelmon. Today's gonna be super exciting as we dive back into the second episode of Pixelmon Realms Reset. So we shoot for the goal of getting 20% of the Pokedex or 200 Pokemon done in a single session. It's exciting, let's get to it. Well Rockstars, we have a lot to do today and I don't know if it's even going to be possible. So let's get to it. So because of the server reset, obviously we don't have our Megastone, our Dynamax, our house, or literally anything. But we do have our very perfect Swampert. If you missed last episode, I do recommend checking it out because this Swampert is OP, but that's not our focus for today. That also means we don't have the Pokedex complete anymore. We're gonna go for anywhere between 20 and 30% of our Pokedex rewards. So we need to catch a total of 306 Pokemon for 30% or 298 more for what we've already caught. This will give us the Dynamax band, a total of 3 shiny eggs, a bunch of money, and a Master Ball. So when we get our first legendary, we don't have to waste it. Because right now, we don't have any Master Balls. We had like 4 in the last before the server reset, so yeah, we're gonna need those. Now the only problem with the ability to catch 300 something Pokemon is the fact that I don't have 300 and something Pokeballs. I do have a bunch of money because I opened crates in the first episode. If you guys didn't check it out, like I said before, I highly recommend it. But those crates did give us a bunch of money. Now we spent probably 60 grand on machines, EV training items, battle items, all the stuff we would need that we would usually do, the fossil machines for fossil recovery. Those are all stuff that we had to get again, so I got all of those. This Pikachu really does not want to get caught. Jeez, buddy, can you get in the Pokeball? Come on, buddy. Those mega crates that we opened in the first episode gave us 200 grand, so we can use those to buy Pokeballs. I do not really want to do that because, well, that'd be super helpful. That would waste money, and right now, I mean, it's 200 something grand. It's a good starting amount of money. We could just save it and buy a legendary egg or a fusion fragment or anything like that. I think I'd rather just save it because we could buy more legendary or fusion core fragments, and there's just not a lot of stuff on the Poke Market or the GTS right now because the server's refreshed. So I think if we just save our money, that'd be a lot more efficient. I do want to just go ahead and actually, let's put my PC down and evolve all of these Pokemon, right? So that way we don't have to worry about them. They're out of the way and they're evolutions that we can just finish off. Now, I don't remember, does Pixelmon actually give experience when we catch Pokemon, or is that only certain Pokemon games and Cobblemon? Actually, I don't even know if Cobblemon does that. I always forget. There are so many different versions, right? It's confusing trying to keep some of all the information straight because there's Cobblemon, there's different versions of Pixelmon, then there's the actual Pokemon games, and then the Pokemon games themselves differ from each other. I don't know how far we're going to get into this goal. I want to get just as much of it done as possible today. It shouldn't be as difficult as it might seem. I think the only thing holding us back is the fact that we don't have a whole lot of Pokeballs and we don't have a Pokemon to put other Pokemon to sleep, and that's kind of it. Otherwise, I wouldn't feel too unconfident. I feel decently confident about being able to do this in the time frame that I have to get this video up. But Pokeball situation, that's one of the reasons I want to evolve my Pokemon in the party, is because they will save us a couple Pokeballs the more we evolve them, and that means we don't have to catch their evolutionary forms, which just saves us a lot of time. So this is going to be a pedal to the metal grind because I don't want to use my level grinder access, which I could do and ultra level these guys up super fast, but I don't think it's worth the time that we'll need that later on for. But there's a trainer here. We can battle this guy and he will actually give us some good old XP. We've got 2 evolutions. We're gonna get Kakuna into Beedrill, and I'm assuming Butterfree? No, not Butterfree. Beautifly. Or what's the other one? Oh, we did get Beautifly, but I know it's not Venomoth, Dustox, that's what it's called. Well, there we go, that knocks us down to 87 before we hit the 10% goal, the first goal of hopefully 30%. Gonna be tricky to get there. Things like Magikarp, I'm hoping this will be a lot easier. I'm gonna have to spend money on Pokeballs though. I'm avoiding it as much as possible, but I know deep down I'm gonna have to go buy Quick Balls and Dusk Balls. Otherwise, there's no way this is ever gonna work out. At least we got the Magikarp in a single Pokeball. That is nice. In reality, I need to find a sleep Pokemon, something like, I don't know, Stantler, Whitey, or Alakazam, Gengar. Anything with hypnosis would be probably really good for me at the moment if we're gonna try to do this. But still, until we get there, full-fledged steam ahead. I'm just glad we actually get experience from catching Pokemon as well, though, so we still get a little bit of progress on those Pokemon evolutions when we're just trying to catch all of these other Pokemon. Otherwise, it wouldn't feel nearly as progressive. Whoa, 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 What? Are you shiny? Well, hold up. What? Wait, but you're not sparkling, and you're just orange. It's Sprigatia. Spaghetti. I'm so confused. I've never seen this thing with a custom form like this. It's not sparkling. It doesn't have the shiny star or the sparkle effect or whatever. Why is it orange? So it means I don't know what it means. Get in there. Yes. Alright, Ultra Ball at you. I will capture you here in a minute. Oh, there's a boss there, but I can't take that on. It's an autumn palette? What is that? Is it so okay? Are you at least good? Hey, we caught the Wug Trio. So wait, you're done evolving. Okay, you've got 63%, which is 26 special attack, 5 attack. I don't know if you're physical or special attacker. You have good defense, good special defense, and good speed. We'll just put that in the evolution box for now. I'm like, I knew it wasn't a shiny because simply the simple fact that it straight up had no sparkle, so I knew that's not what it was. Execute, you just want to get in the Pokeball. My Swampert's dead. I don't really have a wait to battle you guys to actually catch you at this point. Come on, capture, execute. Yes, there we go. On the bright side, we only need 74 more Pokemon to complete 10% of the deck, so still a long way to go. Oh, Bombardier, I remember catching you literally right before the server reset. Like it was an episode or two before that. So quick ball, we can capture the Wingles next to us, and I think that will be most of the basic spawns. Like there's still plenty of common spawns, but those are the ones that we were seeing most around us. And he used Memento, killing himself. Great. Ooh, Inkay. I didn't know you spawned here. Then again, I think you're usually a Pokemon that anytime I try to fill the decks, you almost always get skipped over. You're one of the last ones I go for. I know when you play Pokemon on a Switch, you have to, I believe, flip the Switch upside down to evolve this guy. How do you do it in Pixelmon? Is it just a level up evolution? I wouldn't be shocked by that, but I wouldn't be shocked that they figured out some strange way to do it either. Alrighty, Rockstars. I don't know how much of what the catching process you're actually gonna see is, but we are here, Roggenrola. You are going to be the very last one we need to catch for 10% of our Pokedex. And there we go. 10% Pokedex. Let's go ahead, left click to claim our rewards, rare candies, money, training time, a master ball, and a shiny egg. That was 102 different Pokemon we had to catch, basically. I mean, we had 5 or 6 maybe at most in total, and that was an hour and 45 minutes plus of time. I'm not even joking, which is kind of insane because I was spamming Ultra Balls, not Ultra Balls, Quick Balls and Dust Balls like crazy. Like, I have 23 Quick Balls out of my stack, 16 Dust Balls out of my stack, 0 out of my almost full stack of Pokeballs, 0 of my entire 37 Great Balls, only 5 left of the entire stack of Ultra Balls. No, the half a stack of Ultra Balls I had. It is literally insane. I knew it was going to be a very large task for us to take on to actually catch the overall 20 to 30% of the decks, but I did not know it was going to be 2+ hours of a task. I figured 1 to 2 hours we could knock out 20% and that would be good. We need to catch another 101 Pokemon, so do everything we just did again, and then that would give us our 20% of our Pokedex. That's so insane. You forget that over 1,000 Pokemon in the dex means each, in almost 10 generations, means basically each generation has 100 Pokemon in it. Guaranteed. Or not even that, it's that every 10% of the Pokedex is a guaranteed 100 or more Pokemon you have to catch to get to it. Since there are just that many Pokemon now, it's literally nuts. It's kind of insane, and obviously it's Nintendo. They're never gonna stop. They're not stopping anytime soon, even though, yeah, that's just it, yeah. So it's insane. I don't want to know what 5-10 years we've got, what, 2,000 Pokemon. It's gonna be nuts. But that gives us 100 more to capture until 20% of the Pokedex. That is insane. I don't know if I want to go after this. Honestly, I'm exhausted from catching Pokemon. I kind of just want to get into a good battle, you know, maybe evolve a Pokemon, train someone for the team. Well, let's open up the shiny Pokemon egg, because there's a good chance that's gonna be a random shiny that either we could use or is gonna be a filler in the Pokedex. So I will take it either way. Let's go ahead, and we could have had some cool Pokemon there we passed up. And shiny Venonat. That is so sucky. Not only is it a bad Pokemon for Pokemon battles, I already have Venonat in my Pokedex. So that was just a slap in the face for a shiny egg is what it was. It's just a slap in the face. Anything good on Global Trade Station? There's some really high percent ralts here. Jeez. The only thing I don't like about when these GTS do the Pixelmon selling stuff is, like, you can see IVs 92% and which ones are which, but I don't know what that 17 is, and everything else is maxed out. So if that 17 is the one thing I need for speed or special attack on a ralts, that's annoying. That's what, $13,000? I'll take that. All right, let's go through my box here. Oh my god. Okay, so we're all the way into box 4 at the moment. That's how far we've gotten. That sucks. So ralts literally is the only thing the special attacks suck. That's the only thing wrong with it. You know what though? You know what? We have this magical thing called Pokebuilder, so we're gonna go ahead and actually just fix that right up. So special attack and set to 31 for only 84 tokens. That's pretty cheap to us. I have like 400 something I think left. So outside of that, what do we want? What is your not sure? Already Jolly. Jolly is actually bad because I believe it lowers special attack for speed. There we go. Up speed, lowers physical attack. I think that's what we want. That's 250 tokens though. 125, up special attack, lower defense. I can deal with that. It's a glass cannon Pokemon anyways. It's not made to take a hit, so usually it's gonna go down. You have the traceability, so you can copy the opposing Pokemon's ability. That is another Pokemon for the squad. That is a perfect, literally basically perfect ralts. Just like our Swampert, it's now got 100% IVs, and I can't complain about that. With a little bit of token spending, that is beautiful, just beautiful. Now we have a speedy special attacker, and we have a bit of a physical tank, but not too much of a tanky Pokemon with our groundwater Swampert. So we are really chilling on building an actual just good team. Well, the plains biome here, Rockstars, is starting to run out of Pokemon. Slowly but surely, I'm gobbling them up for the Pokedex. I only had about 5 to 8 minutes on the training overall for the level grinder, which was helpful. I got like 15, 20-ish Pokemon or something. That was super nice. So with this Mudbray, that puts us down to 76 Pokemon left to catch, and we'll be back up to 20% of the entirety of the Pokedex. Basically meaning we've caught a minimum of at least 200 Pokemon today if we finish it, which is insane. Come on, Meowth, get in there. There we go. 75 Pokemon to go. Sounds like a lot. I'm hoping it's really not. I just bought a whole crap ton. We have 134 total quick balls. We're just gonna start spamming these as much as possible on Pokemon. So, and anytime we run out, say we run out of Pokemon the plains biome, /RTP and just teleport to a biome we haven't been to yet. The only time this type of strategy for taking on the Pokedex works is when it's after a fresh reset. Otherwise, you couldn't do this. You would, it just wouldn't work. You would need so much help to catch 200 Pokemon in a single session. If you already had Pokemon already, a ton of Pokemon already caught, it would be absolutely nuts. You just couldn't do it. I mean, maybe you could if you and I mean truly dedicated yourself to it. But man, that'd be one of the few grinds I am not down to do. But we've got a little oinky oink chunk here. We got to capture this bad boy. And unless I lose my mind, we are going to get this 20%. I'm exhausted, Rockstars. I really am. I am tired. This has taken quite a few hours. I think I started this at 6 or 7 this video, and it's rolling in at 10 p.m. and I'm really cutting the line to see if I have enough time to edit and get it up for you guys. It took a lot longer than I expected, and I wasn't ready for that time extension today. 24 more Pokemon left in the Dex. That's all that we need, and we will have our 20% of the Pokedex completed. I can't believe I even thought I could get close to 30. I don't know what was wrong with me in my head. 300 something Pokemon. We're barely gonna scratch the surface of 200, but I mean, hey, that means we've gotten a 10th of the Pokedex done in one single session. It's a heck of a task, but I really just didn't want to deal with the Dex again. Well, it's not that I didn't want to do the Dex. I was just a bit annoyed that we were gonna have to restart when we were kind of just getting the footing in the series in the first place, getting our 4th badge, the fusion Pokemon, our 30 to 40% of the Dex, and reset. So I really just wanted to make sure we pick up the pace and we we get a good start here so we can start diving more into the stuff we were already at beforehand. Specifically, fusions. That's kind of my goal. I'm working quickly so we can try to get towards fusions again, because we were just hitting the point of the stride for those, and that was really cool. Does Pansage not evolve from level up, or is it a high level because it's only 2-stage evolution? I do not remember, but I guess we're just gonna go ahead and toss them in here. We're slowly running out of biomes to actually teleport to for easy spawns to catch for the Pokedex, so that's becoming a bit difficult, and only having quick balls is not helpful either. But for the most part, getting the other Pokeballs isn't always worth it, because I can always just run away from the battle and then re-enter it and re-attempt the quick ball effective. So that's, you know, helpful, but it can be annoying. But 22 more to go, and we will finally be done. I believe this is the second to last Pokemon we need for our Pokedex. Fletchinder will give us, I believe, yep, one left before we make 20% of our entire dex filled. This was a heck of a journey. And there's Venipede. It's evolution. That's all that we need. This was a few hours worth of work. So if you guys did enjoy, please hit that like, comment, subscribe. Lets me know you guys are enjoying the content, especially, you know, something like this. That's just a lot of effort to put into it. So there we go. Pokedex, we can go ahead and claim our rewards. We have completed 20% of the Pokedex. Let's end off the episode by just seeing what we get in this hatched shiny egg. So if you guys did enjoy, please just let me know what you want on the Pokemon team. I'd really appreciate it. And the shiny today is Roly-Coly. It's okay, I guess. But I'll see y'all next time, Rockstars. Peace, peace.